Hello everybody, and it's that time of year again. It is the youth intake day and we are ready to go and see who's coming in. But before that, we've got some fantastic news to talk about, because diving into the game, fancy arrows across the screen, we're top of the league by 8 points, which is monumental. We could be going up this season. We've played the same amount of games as Boston, 26 wins, 11 draws and 3 losses from 40 games, 55 goal difference. We have pretty much destroyed the league. And what makes it really interesting is that if we drop down into the player stats, we actually don't have any of the top goal scorers in the top 3. We've got one player in the highest average rating. We have one, Tarmi is our player in the highest average rating and assist-wise. Player of the matches, he's up there in 3rd. Kyle Trineri has kept the 3rd most clean sheets in the league, behind Ben Swain, Brooklyn Swain, who has absolutely amazing hair. Like, unbelievable hair, and is a new gem, which is obviously good to see, but having a great time for Boston United. And we don't have anyone in the yellow cards, but we don't need to worry about that. But yes, 1st in the league, and oh my word, what a run we've been on. That is the league system, how it's gone. 9th, 4th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 2nd, 1st, 2nd, 1st, 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 2nd, 2nd, 1st, 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 2nd, 1st. All the way. Like, 5 games to go. We should win the league. I mean, I'm dreading saying that we will, but we should win the league with not that many games to go and an 8-point gap at the top of the table. It's been brilliant. It's been absolutely superb this season. We have been in incredible form. And I think what it comes down to is the fact that I've figured out part-time training. Look at our part-time players and their ratings in this training. Okay, we get a couple down here that are, you know, not training very well, but the majority of the first team squad are on a 7 or above, or near enough a 7 or above, with loads of people getting an 8 for training rating overall as well, which is it's like it's taken me 5 seasons to get to this point of figuring out what to do with training, but I have figured it out part-time and it is working really well, and it's helping development in terms of potential. Okay, there's been dips here and there in terms of progress that have been made because of knackeredness or fitness or not having training because of a number of games on, but generally most people are trending up in terms of what they've done in training, how they've been performing in the games. And obviously when you're winning your games, morale stays high, and when morale stays high, it's easier to win games and people train better. So it's been unbelievable. It's been such a good season. 27 goals for Matt O'Keefe. Now, a lot of you pointed him out in the last youth intake to say that boy's going to be incredible. He's a beast. His pace, I mean, when you play him as an out-and-out striker, his pace just causes all sorts of problems, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So you'll see here, so he's had a couple of games of inside forward, advanced forward, inside forward, advanced forward, inside forward, advanced forward, inside forward, inside forward, inside forward. So he's coming off the wing and scoring goals as well. We're doing really well. John Johnson's behind him with 19, so he's stepped up and is now sort of our main striker ahead of Adam Hoare, which I didn't think would happen at this point. But yeah, he's been playing really well. Got dropped for a few games while we sort of try to figure it out. Held on the spell here. Dropped for a little bit here as unused substitutes. And then come back into the first team and has got a few goals to his name. 3 goals in these 4 games. So he's doing pretty well as well. But yeah, and Ben Fitton behind them with 16 goals of his own in attacking midfield. I didn't think this guy would be brilliant. He came in as a left winger or a winger through the youth academy, but we pinpointed his passing and his technique to say as a playmaker he could really do a good job, and that's where he's been playing. He's been in behind the strikers as an attacking midfielder, and he has been really good at ticking things over and getting the ball off the more defensive players into the strikers, which is absolutely superb. Kazim's up there as well, 15. Most of those are actually penalties, I would argue. He is our penalty taker. Tarmi's up there with 13. Adam Hoare still with 10. Assists-wise, we've got Shane Tarmi with 19, O'Keefe with 11, Kazim with 11. So the 3 main people that are playing on the wings is really what we're doing. And in terms of actually forcing the players into positions so that we can get all of our best players on the pitch, we've started to actually train Shane Tarmi to play on this right-hand side as an attacking field right inverted winger, because obviously he is left-footed. So what we're trying to do, if we dive into the tactics quickly, is have O'Keefe on the left, Tarmi on the right, Johnson and Fitton through the middle, because if we can keep all of these guys, that is an outstanding front 4 for this level and probably the next level to help us out. So we're really trying to train Tarmi up. I know it will eat into his potential ability a little bit, but when we first started doing this, He was a 1 silver star right winger, and now he's a 3 silver star right winger. So he's getting there. The training is working, and we're playing him in that position as well, which is really, really helping. If we have a look at Tarmi in terms of his form, you can see here. So AMR, AMR, AML, AMA, AML, AML, AMR, AMR. So he's always playing as an inside forward, whether it be on the right or the left. So he is getting plenty of game time in that position. And it's working. It's looking really, really good. But obviously with this success that we're having, we're getting a lot of interest in our players. So Paul Byrne is still interested in Swindon, but we've done... Thank you. I can't remember who it was in the comments, and apologies for saying... When you're doing their contracts, put in an optional contract extension into all of their contracts, because that's what we did with Paul Byrne. He didn't want to discuss a new contract, so we had a 1-year option for an extension, and we just activated it. So he's not going to be leaving on a free anytime soon. We also have a bit of interest. Oh, it's actually gone. Shane Tarmi had some interest, as did Danny Adams, but that's now eased off as well because he's just signed a new contract. So, yeah, very excited to keep him around. He looks like he's going to be really, really good as well. But yeah, all in all, I'm very, very happy. I think we're still getting to the point where an under-21s team is going to be crucial next season. And if the club don't do that, we're going to have to really start culling people off that just aren't going to play for us, because the squad's getting very bloated. And the one thing I don't want to do is overload the coaches so that the training drops off now that we've actually got it pretty much nailed on. So yeah, we're doing all right. But this episode, as we know, is all about the new intake of youth players. So we've got all this other stuff going on here. We've got a game coming up against Kettering Town after this episode, which I won't show you because, you know, we do a deep dive of our new intake players and we see what's happening. So now this is as well, but we will get into it. Apologies, I'm just delaying a little bit, but we will get into it. This is the first intake of youth players with our new youth facilities, our upgraded youth recruitment, and everything like that. I'm expecting this to be a very, very good intake. The preview that we had, I'll put it on screen right now. Again, A's across the board, which is good because we're still getting A-rated players and our squad is pretty good as well. Obviously, we're top of the league, so the squad is pretty good as well. The only concern is that we have 3 strikers coming through this youth intake, so we'll have to see how that goes. But anyway, wipe the screen clear of that. Let's get into it. The new intake of youth players for Guiseley is looking like this. So, as it loads in, we have 3 elite talents, 2 wingers and a wing back, which is quite interesting. Top talents of a goalkeeper, right midfielder, striker, right back, midfield right. Lots of people on the right-hand side. And then good talents of Andy Davies, Jordan Bell, Danny Fox, another goalkeeper, another right back, midfield right. These 2 are midfield left. Sorry, missed that out. Defender left, midfield left, midfield left. Okay, so a bit of a mixed bag. I mean, looking at this... None of these say centre-back, but we do have 2 centre-backs here. It's an excellent intake. Obviously, it remains very early in their respective careers. These players, led by the very gifted Dave Mills, have a real chance of developing into a golden generation. Okay, so they're saying Dave Mills at the top of the pile is probably the best, although Brooklyn Christie, 2-star already at the moment. We've had a couple of these before, so I'm very, very excited. But as per usual, let's start at the bottom. Redmond Hurtley, Englishman, left midfielder. Left-footed, again, it comes with a bit of pace, so our physicals are getting better as they come into the team. That'll be the youth facilities, I think, doing that, which is very helpful. Could train him up to be an attacking midfield left. Maybe, he can't really tackle, but maybe a left-back, just so that we have some pace in our left-back position and see if he can grow in that sense. He is pretty susceptible to injuries, though, which is a little bit of a concern. Not too sure he's going to be much of a grower in terms of the youth academy, but he'll get at least 1 season in the youth academy with, or the under-18s I should say, with a youth contract, as all the players do, to show what they can do. So Redmond Hurtley is first. Next up, another left midfielder, Steve Edwards. Is he the next Gareth Bale? No, he's not. I mean, good teamwork, good flair, good work rate, good technique. Not quick. He's probably like a young current Gareth Bale, no offence, but yeah, not too impressed. It actually says midfield centre is probably more what he's suited to. Again, he'll get a 1-year youth contract. Don't think he's going to be doing too much and pulling up any trees. Alex Dean Atkinson, left back, 1/2 star current. I mean, those were both 1 star of current ability, so I'm expecting this guy to be pretty rubbish. Okay. He's 6 foot, good jumping reach, good bravery, good determination, good tackle. He's a centre-back. He's a centre-back that can't head the ball. I mean, that's what he is. Left-footed, dives into tackles again. Okay. He's okay, isn't he? He'll do for the youth team. Dean Atkinson. I mean, Yeah. Okay, here we go. Right midfield. Portuguese right midfielder Jose Pinto coming through the Guiseley Youth Academy. You love to see it. And Jose Pinto has absolutely no pace. Pace 5, acceleration 5. Again, it says he's actually more suited to play central midfield. So passing 8, first touch 10, decisions 10, off the ball 4. Yeah, okay. There's options. There's, again, for the youth team, to bulk out the youth team, he'll get a youth contract, but we'll see how he goes. Again, fairly susceptible to injuries is a bit of a concern. A few greens in there, so Jose Pinto, yeah. I mean, at the moment, it's been pretty disappointing. Paul Hutchinson, right back, can play centre back as well. Again, no pace. 5'11", tackling's poor, heading's poor, marking's poor. This might be a guy that doesn't even get a youth contract. No offence, Paul Hutchinson, but you might be the first ever youth intake we get that doesn't get a youth contract, because you're pretty pants. And it's the sort of thing of like, I'm looking at him thinking, can you loan him out? Can you sell him for profit? Probably not. So we'll have to make our mind up about Paul Hutchinson, I think, later on. Danny Fox, the first of the goalkeepers. 1-star current, 3-star potential. Danny Fox, English goalkeeper. Handling, kicking, punching tendency, reflexes are all pretty good. Aerial reach, command of area communication could all be improved. Yeah, a young goalkeeper, again. Put him into the youth academy, see how he does. I don't think he's going to progress to be too much. Yeah, no. I mean, it's tough, right? Because Trineri's such a better goalkeeper than anyone else we've got. It's going to be very difficult when Trineri finally leaves the club, but not sold on Danny Fox. Jordan Bell, another Welsh left winger who can play in centre mid. Passing 11, first touch, dribbling's okay. He's not quick. Aggression, teamwork, vision, yeah, it smells of central midfielder, but again, it smells of not good enough. We've been so blessed with the last intake that this intake is much more sort of in line with what we would expect, right? Ability to spot a pass and create chances underlines the intelligence of his play. So if he bangs in a load of assists and is contributing well to the youth team, he may well get called up. That's not a problem. But yeah, not sure on Jordan Bell. Andy Davies, attacking field left or striker. Andy Davies comes in quick. Okay, quick is good. We know that. John Johnson, O'Keefe, Tarmy have all proved that quick is good at this sort of level. Finishing 8, not too bad. Determination, flair, teamwork, work great. He's got, yeah. Again, he may score goals in the youth team. He'll get a contract. He may score goals in the youth team, but given that his potential is pretty low and he's unambitious, we'll have to wait and see how he does. But yeah, he could score a goal. Weak left foot, very strong right foot. Interesting, I think, is how we can describe Andy Davies. Right, into the top talents. We sort of breezed through them because they were not very good. Chad Gregory is how I would say that. Midfield right, English, 1.5-star, current ability. He comes with pace, which is always good. He can cross, which is good. Everything else leaves a little bit to be desired. Left-footed, though, so is a natural sort of inverted winger forward on this side. Dives into tackles, tries long-range passes. Again, be good for the youth team. See how he gets on. Not 100% sure he's going to make it. But we can't have... If everyone made it, we'd be not have enough positions to play everyone. So I'm not too upset that we haven't got... I think what we need going forward, right, is like 1 or 2 standout players every year that just come in and challenge and make a difference for the first team, and that allows us to develop a squad. That's what I want to happen. But obviously when players start getting poached and stuff like that, I think it's going to be a lot harder, but we'll have to see how it goes. Right, Matt Broom, right back, can play left back or right wing back. Matt Broom is not very quick, good fitness, bravery, aggression, determination. Again, maybe you could train him to be a centre-back at 6 foot, but I think, yeah, I don't have a need for defensive fullbacks. That's not how I play. So, not too sure there. He's naturally fit, so, yeah, okay. Not bad, Matt Broom. Not bad, not the best. Daniel Suarez, a Spanish striker. He's got to be good, right? Daniel Suarez. He's got finishing 13, which is awesome. Composure 10, first touch 11. Off the ball 9, we could train that. Likes to round the goalkeeper, tries first time shots and likes the ball played. So he likes to get the ball into feet, turn and round the goalkeeper. That doesn't really make sense to me. But he's quick. Might get goals. He's sort of quick, I should say. 9 and 9. He might get goals in the youth team, but I don't think he'll progress. which is a shame. With the starting attributes of finishing 13, he could do pretty well. But the fact that John Johnson and O'Keefe and Tarmi are in the goals proves that I don't think these technical stats at this sort of level really matter. I think it's the physicals that really make the difference. So, okay, Daniel Suarez. A great name here, attacking midfield right and striker. Tibogo Mtambo, 1 star or half a star current ability. It's a shame the attributes don't live up to the name. Yeah, I just feel so underwhelmed in this intake, but maybe it's because we've been spoilt previously, or how well the club are doing at the moment. So, yeah, he's going to amount to nothing. I think we can all see that straight away. And then Matt Jeffries, top talent goalkeeper, 3.5 star potential, half a star current ability, and he's got, again, a Mohawk coming in. You guys are going to love that in the comments. I know that a Mohawk really gets you guys going. He looks pretty crap, to be honest, doesn't he? Again, he's not going to challenge Trineri. He looks well off Hervetzi and Lloyd, who we've already got in the first team. So maybe not for Jeffries then. Now, into the top talents. We're going to mix up the order here because Devontae Brownhill is actually a 1.5 star. So we're going to do him first and then go and look at the others. So Devontae Brownhill can play only attacking midfield left, basically. Devontae Brownhill. Oh, is it bad that I was expecting more for an elite talent? I mean, he's got a bit of acceleration. He's 2-footed, which is good. Flair. I mean, his best stat is natural fitness. His second best stat is aggression. Okay, I mean, maybe he's not going to go in the first team. He's got a fickle personality, which is, I think, one of the worst. Yeah. I'm not sold. Right, we'll look at Brooklyn Christie, which is quite a cool name. Attacking field right, but can play behind the striker as well. Brooklyn Christie. Oh, okay. Again, I'm disappointed that this is an elite talent. In behind the striker, let's have a look what you got here. So passing 8, flair's good, vision's good, teamwork and off the ball's really crap, technique's good. Okay, he's a technical player. I don't know. I don't think he's got enough to be one of the players that comes straight into the first team. We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, when they join and they get to around 17 or 18 years old, you know a bit more about them, how they're going to play. I mean, it's all resting, isn't it? It's all resting on Dave Mills here, because I've been thoroughly underwhelmed by this compared to last year's. Dave Mills, wing back left, we'll train him to be a left back, whatever this looks like. But Dave Mills, are you the saviour? Again, sort of. I mean, train him up to be a left back, right? On a wing back on attack is what we're playing currently. We may change that if we get promoted, but he brings with him acceleration, agility, fitness and stamina, which is all really good. We can train up a little bit of pace, maybe. Crossing is good. It's all a bit wank other than that. Tackling is low, but technique and work rate is pretty decent as well. 5'8" means he could be susceptible to headers at the back post. A little bit injury prone as well. I'm not sold on this intake. I'm not sold. I'm not. Yeah, let me know down below. Have I got my expectations set too high after the fact we got Tarmi and Adams in the last one and everyone was doing well? I'm not sure. I'm just not sure about that intake. So they're saying, so first team candidates, they're saying Brooklyn Christie and Dave Mills could potentially come up to the first team straight away. Dean Keenan, who we also got last year, again, he's potentially got a stab at being promoted next year into the team. Needs attention. Let's have a look at ones to watch. So Jared Bayram, yeah, again, potentially could be okay. Paul Barnett is the one that I'm like, I really probably should have given him a chance by now. But his issue is that our centre-backs have been very, very good this year. So there's been no reason to sort of call him up from the first team. But he's been getting a few under-21 caps for Gibraltar. He has got some physical attributes that help him as well. He has been called up to first-team training, which is why we're seeing an improvement in his overall progress. And the next one is Steve Gray. Steve Gray, not sure about him. I don't think he's ever going to amount to very much. I mean, if you go to the under-18s, does this now include... No, it doesn't include the youth academy. So, or the youth intake, sorry. So if we look here, like Tony Hogan... Tony Hogan is someone that is being called up to the first team, and it basically coincided with this massive jump, I think, when he came to first team training. But yeah, he's got the physicals, which means he can perform in the first team. And I think that is the most crucial thing at this save, this early on, at this point in the lower leagues, is the physical. So we've looked at Dean, and there's Scott Lloyd, the goalkeeper as well. He's been getting along and playing pretty well. Denai McFadden, who we had a while ago, again, he's improved slightly from his beginning point, and he peaked there. But again, he's been in and out of the first team doing okay, but he's got some physical stats that allow him to do it. Okay, pace isn't one of them, but yeah, he's not. And then we look at Andreas Kitsas, who's gone out on loan for the past 2 seasons. I don't think his physicals were anywhere near that level when he went out on loan, before we loaned him out. Again, he's lacking a bit technically and mentally, but those physicals are really, really good, and he's going to come back into the first team next year. He's nearly on a 7 out in Greece for Thermaikos Thermis, but he's getting plenty of first team football, and I think it's showing dividends. Lewis Hay, we're trying to sell him. He's annoying the crap out of me, Lewis Hay. Paul Barnett, we've looked at. Jared Byron, we've looked at. Eldon Kadrich was another one who potentially could have been in and around the first team, but he's just not progressing. I think he'll be let go at the end of this season. But yeah, I was underwhelmed with that intake. I felt it was really bad, given how good our squad's been performing. The upgrades that we've put into the youth system as well. Maybe they don't show fruit for another season or so, I don't know. But yeah, I found that a little bit disappointing. And then you look at sort of the ages of people that we've got in here to their ability. So like Job McKenzie, he came through. We're very excited about his pace that he brought as a striker. Scored on his debut, but 2 appearances, 1 goal last season, 7.5. But he's just not up to standard at this level now. Bright Hassan as well. So excited about when he came in at centre-back. But he's not. He's featured once this season as a sub, a late substitute. And it's just not really worth it. It's not worth risking those sort of players. Callum Chippendale is literally only here now to be used as a mentor for his determination. He's not getting any game time. Ivan Berry is an interesting one. He has dropped off in terms of current ability compared to the rest of the squad, but his physicals mean he can play at this level and do a decent job. Again, went out on loan, got lots of first team football, came back this year, has been called up to the first team and has put in a few stints where it's needed. Daniel Driscoll, the Australian, again, not really developing. He might need a loan to go and get more first team football and come back and see if he can perform. But it's getting to that crossover point where it's so difficult to know which players are going to make it and which ones aren't. We're going to have to start taking some risks, I think. Yeah, I think we are. The players that we're letting go at the end of the season at the moment then are George Smith, our left back and captain, because he wants a ludicrous contract that says he's still going to be the first team player, even though he's a fringe player defined by our coaches. And Bright Hassan is the only person that doesn't have a new contract. We've transfer listed him. I think he'll be gone at the end of the season. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. I'm always interested to know your comments, what you're thinking, how you think the squad's looking, what you think of the youth intake, the players. Am I managing it right? It's all well and good getting results now, but we need to think about next season. If we get promoted, it's going to be really tough. So I'm always interested to know your comments. We'll be back in the next episode at the end of the season to go through the season review and look at how the squad's looking, who's progressed well, who's performed well, and who's going to get our goals next season if we have loads of players sold for money that we can't refuse, basically. But yeah, let's wait and see what happens. Thank you so much for watching. I'm really enjoying it again. I am away. I was going to say I'm away at the weekend, but I think this comes out on Monday anyway. So, yeah, I'm at a golf tournament weekend again. Last time I went, my team won. So I'm hoping that we can regain the trophy or, rehold it, I was going to say, but that doesn't make sense. Anyway, I'm rambling. Thank you so much for watching. If you don't know what to comment and you've got to this point, comment down below saying good luck in the golf tournament. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.